Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bagadon at Stock Market. Today is a Friday, January 31st at 11:11. I wanted to share a few things with you this morning. We have only a few minutes, so this is going to be a YouTube video. I hope you'll stay with us. These few minutes very well may not change your trading life. First thing is, as many of you know that are shadowing us on YouTube, we had an absolutely wonderful Sunday evening and Monday morning as the market sold down. We had an exceptionally positive outlier where in just one overnight session, it put my account up multiples of my weekly goal. Now, we decided, turns out not to have been the best decision, and I can have all kinds of excuses, but I won't bore you with those. Bag has got a little bit of a cold, but I decided because we were already over our weekly plan that I would attempt to stay short the NQ and see if we could revisit the lows. If we revisited the lows and took the lows out, then I would exceed what my account had done overnight on that Sunday to Monday session. In round numbers, we started Sunday night with an account balance of 30,000. Overnight, I had a high watermark in the account of 54,000. Yes, 54,000. And she did not revisit those lows this week. She did not. We would have been a much better approach to stay actively trading. But in the end, don't cry for me, Argentina. I am still over my weekly goal. Am I going to beat myself up because I didn't capture the high water? No. I had very good profits. I had a healthy profit factor. I made a decision to play the game this week the way I chose to play it. Maybe Susan would have done it different. Maybe you would have done it different. But I try not to make decisions purely on the money, or an approach. Now, when we look at Swing Machine here this morning, let me just move away and show you a few things. Now, we're not trading on Friday. We're done. But if you had been trading the 5-minute VIX at 11 a.m. this morning, the VIX turned down. The ES on a 5-minute at 10 a.m. went long, and you'd be up 875. If you had taken the NQ long at 9:40, you would be up $3,000 with a mini. 10 minis, you'd be up $30,000 with a micro. You'd be up 300. The Dow is short, oddly enough, at 805, and you'd be up 610. And you can see the other markets as is. Now, I also want to show you, if you are a monthly member, a base member, no, you do not get to see Swing Machine day in and day out intraday, and you really probably don't want to be, paying attention to the intraday traffic. That is reserved for our annual members. But let me show you something. This is the Nicholas timing model. The Nicholas timing model, we key off of the VIX first, and let me see, it's right here. It went short on what date? The 30th, confirming. Because the markets all went long on the 28th, and then the VIX confirmed. And that was actually yesterday, last night. If you had taken this signal with a mini contract, yeah, you'd be up about 11,500. If you had done it with micros, about $1,000. If you had done it with options, particularly on the NQ, which many of our members do, every time Nicholas goes long or short, they just get a call or a put option. You might be up more than that. That is a beautiful thing. Now, what I want to show you something. Had a conversation with a very nice gentleman from Canada. lovely Canada. And we do love Canada. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people. And Susan and I have been, well, this gentleman is from Ontario. I've never been to Ontario, but I have been to British Columbia. And if you haven't been, you want to go. Especially now, it may be not very good for Canadians, but the Canadian loonie is, let's put it this way, the American dollar is going to go a long way into your purchases if you're in Canada. So if you haven't gone, you might want to go. Now, he had a number of questions. I try my best to answer questions. We spent, and I should share this with everybody. I don't have the luxury of spending an hour and a half with every single person that calls. What we do for monthly members is give you if you're a monthly member, I will give you a 1 hour tour early one morning. And then I will put on the screen what you're most interested in, and you can have a chance to watch. Okay, so I will make that promise. But, and as you all know, and I can't emphasize this enough, we're not trying to prove an outcome. We are not making any claims. I am not promising this gentleman or anyone that this is something that you're going to be able to do. This trading game is an acquired skill set. It's like being an air traffic controller. It's like flying a plane. Okay, it's there's a lot going on. So we can't possibly promise an outcome. But he wanted to know some things, and he was particularly interested in gold. The GC. Bear with me one moment. Okay, so I just wanted to make some adjustments and show you. Now, he was particularly interested in gold, which is this contract right here, the GC. Now, on Swing Machine, the 1 minute, 23 minutes ago went short. And if a person had taken it, they'd be up 470. On the 5 minute, it went long at 720. And if they had gone long, they'd be up 290. Now, how do you handle and manage that sort of thing? That is a subject that we delve into in great depth during Q School, right? When you might have conflicting or countering trades and how you might handle it. We don't have the luxury of the time. I can't compress 3 weeks. Quite frankly, we've been told that Q School probably should be longer, but we can't compress 3 weeks of education into a singular phone call or YouTube session. But we do our best. Now, what he was trying to get his arms around was, well, and he said something that caused me a little bit of concern, because despite the fact that I had said dozens and dozens of times we make no claims, he said to me toward the end, he said, Don, this is a big investment, and I would like proof, use the word proof, that this is going to work for me. I can't prove that, folks. I can't. And if you have anyone telling you that they're going to sell you something, and we don't sell our programs, we lease everything to you so that you get to choose what you want to do and what you want to run, that they're proving to you that if you do A, B, and C, that you are going to print money, I think you should run. We don't make any claims because I cannot prove to you, I cannot guarantee to you that you're going to make money. And I want to explain why. And let me show you something, in particular on the gold. What we did was we have the Swing Machine on a 5 minute on gold. And he kind of wanted to see I think this is over a 5-week period. Let's double check this. Bear with me. Customize. And it's over 5 weeks. So we simply punched this up. We went to the data. We went to the strategy performance report. Well, quite frankly, I didn't expect it to be that good. I didn't. Let's look at the performance report. Okay, so it's actually a little better than what he would have seen. Now, let me just double check this for a moment. Okay, that is not the performance graph that he saw. So let me show you. I don't think it was that good. So let's take a look. I think this is maybe what he saw. Okay, he saw something close to this. And it may have taken his breath away. I go, oh, that ain't so good. And it isn't so good, right? But we didn't have the time, and I wanted to take a few minutes to show not just him, but everybody that might be considering this type of trading. There are things that you may not be aware of. And the first step of learning something is becoming aware of what you don't know. And I can't do that in a singular phone conversation or a singular video. But I began to ask him questions, and I didn't have time to do this, but I did this morning, and I just want to show you. What I did was go into the strategy, edit strategy, and here's the strategy. And I came in here and I changed the timer switch from false to true. And I set the time from 6 in the morning to noon, because that is the window in which he wanted to run. And then I also asked him what his profit objectives might be. And they were fairly modest. So I optimized the profit target. And I basically, by doing that, I'm asking the machine to go back over the last 5 weeks and give us the optimum amount. Now, I don't have time to sit and watch that with you, but that I already did. In fact, you know what? That program probably wasn't. I still left that stop loss on it true. And I did the same thing on the stop loss. And then we have a get me out switch here. And I'm showing these variables because there are variables. And if the program is still in a trade after noon, if it's still there, it will flatten out. And so now I'm going to go do the same thing on the short side. I'm going to turn on some of these variables. And as a trader, as a player, as a coach of the team, these are some of the decisions I'm just showing you that you might need to make. I can't make these decisions for you. Presumably, you don't want me to make them. Presumably, you want to be making your own. And I'm going to set these as true. So now, and these are broad, they're not really a curve fit. But let's take a look now over the last 5 weeks. Let's go back and look at that performance report. Much better. $8,000, profit factor of 1.59. Now, this is the important piece. This is a back test. It is not a promise to him, to you, to anyone of what you're going to do in the future. Not possible. Nobody can do that. This is a back test. This is a model. So maybe a person can learn from this. Maybe he should be starting at 7 in the morning. Maybe he should be quitting at 11. We use this as a model to help our overall performance. I share this as an example, but I also want to comment. Trading is an uncertain environment. You must be comfortable with uncertainty. This isn't a guarantee. This isn't, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It isn't. We cannot triangulate the markets. In order to do that, you need 3 fixed points in exactly the same position from day to day to day. That isn't going to happen. Some people are comfortable with that and some aren't. And you have to do some soul searching. And if you have a perception that that's what's going on day in and day out, you'll be incorrect. For that golf ball, staying with a golf analogy, that golf ball does not land in exactly the same place from day to day, hole to hole. And I play almost the exact same golf course weekly, and it never plays the same way. Equally, You can go into a golf store and spend easily $3,000 on a set of golf clubs. Are you going to ask the proprietor, can you prove to me before I buy these clubs that I'm going to shoot in the 70s? What do you think he's going to say? Now, I am not Tony Robbins. I am not. I am just Don Marshall. I've been doing this a long time. We share our insights, we share our practices, we share our tools. And I am brutally frank with everybody. Tony Robbins will spend 2 days with you, and he will share with you his insights over life. And apparently he's a pretty successful guy because people will pay him $12,000 for 2 days. Are you going to ask Tony Robbins if he is going to guarantee an outcome? I don't think so. I don't think he will. He can't. Trading is an acquired skill set. Just because you just retired and you want to now start trading based on God knows what doesn't guarantee you an outcome. There are grown men and women throughout the world, in New York, in Chicago, in LA, in Singapore, in London, Australia, and I like to say in some yacht, down in the basement of some yacht off of Monte Carlo, that is sitting in front of a bank of computers and is trading. They're very serious about what they're doing. This is not an endeavor that should be taken lightly. We don't. So I wish everyone the best. I certainly enjoyed speaking with this gentleman, but I'm not sure that he yet fully grasped what the markets are about or the need, to be flexible, versatile, adaptable, and understanding the importance of being able to grasp that uncertainty and the need for him to perform. Because you see, in the end, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what David in Germany does or Chris in Jacksonville does. No, it only matters what he does, what you do. You're the proof statement. You need the opportunity to prove it to yourself. We can give you the education, we can give you the tools, but I can't give you confidence. And confidence is only derived from successful implementation of your experience. With that, I wish everyone the very, very best. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We're ready when you are. Please understand, please remember, you get a one-day hall pass as a monthly member. And then you also get, for those folks that want to do this intraday, you need to have TradeStation and need to go through the Q School. And we only accept so many members, annual members a year. Monthly members are unlimited, but annual members are limited. And we book out weeks and months in advance. So don't take it for granted that you can just pick up the phone and we're going to be ready to go, on Monday for you. It may not, right? We schedule in advance. But if you have questions, let us know. Think it over, think it through, and we wish everyone a great weekend. It's been a phenomenal week. And don't worry about me. We'll be back next week with our regular plan, and I hope to do as well as we did this week. We never know. We got to do it day in and day out. Take care, everyone.